I think that's the point, right? When you say that the Bihar verdict matters more than what Obama says, the point is if the Bihar verdict had gone otherwise, let's imagine for a moment that it was the Mahagathbandhan, even with the Congress playing junior partner, these words would not have had the kind of resonance that they're having 2 days after the Bihar result.
Yeah, but I think you used the phrase confirmation bias. I think there is an element of that. The reason people are quoting Obama so approvingly is because he said what many people were already thinking anyhow, that Rahul is neither. I don't think that business about being an eager student wanting to impress the teacher matters so much, but the stuff about he is lacking the aptitude or the passion is something that will touch a chord, because that is something people have always said about Rahul, that he doesn't have the passion, he isn't dedicated to the job, he goes off, takes holidays, doesn't seem to take it as seriously as it should, he's not a natural politician. I think these are things that have been said very often about Rahul, and to hear Obama saying it and to have it quoted in the New York Times, which is a big deal for Indians, seems to me to be popular with the intelligentsia at least, because it confirms what you already believe.
But can you expand on your theory of the Congress's drunk Uncle G?
Sure. I think the Congress has this view, and it's a view that shows you in a way how delusional the Congress is. You speak to any Congress person, they will say, we are the only national party, we are the national opposition, we are the natural opposition. Every time there's any kind of alliance, we must be a part of it. We must get a disproportionate share of importance in that alliance. And I was saying the same thing in Tamil Nadu with the DMK. And that anybody who does not join our alliance, as in the case of Owaisi, is therefore an enemy of secularism, an enemy of liberalism. This may well have been true of the Congress at one stage, but like some uncle who may have been a war hero in his youth, it's now sort of a drunken old party leaning on past glories, refusing to accept that times have changed, forcing itself on others who are eager to get ahead and spoiling the party.
And how does one deal with these Uncle Gs, just to stay with the metaphor? I think Kaveri is wanting to come in
The
there.
next
Kaveri,
line, apart from the lines you quoted,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I was just wondering that isn't he more like the Betaji who hasn't had his first drink actually? Rahul is more like the Betaji or the Bhatija who's not had his first drink, and the Uncle Ji is sort of bringing him in and saying, this is your moment. Now is the time you should have your first drink. And Betaji refuses because Betaji doesn't want to own up to anything. He doesn't want any responsibility. Betaji doesn't even want to drink, whether it's poison or anything else. That's the problem with Betaji.
Veer?
It's not Uncle Ji, it's Betaji.
I let Veer respond to that because it was his metaphor.
Yeah, no, my metaphor was for the Congress party. It wasn't for Rahul personally. But the next line, apart from the ones you quoted, was that there comes a stage when even the politest host tells the uncle that he's had enough and it's time
Yeah.
to go home. I think something like that is going to happen to the Congress. On Kaveri's point about the Beta G and the Uncle G, yes, I think the problem with Rahul is that he's not even a Beta G. If you
Yeah.
look at Tejashwi, one reason why he was able to do well, apart from the youth factor and people forgetting what Lalu's rule had really been like, is because he said, my father stood for social justice. I'm not fighting that battle. I'm fighting a battle of
Exactly.
economic justice. He redefined what his party was about.
Yeah.
Every time you hear Rahul talk, he talks about centuries of Congress. He talks about how his grandmother split Pakistan, what the Congress has done, what the Congress tradition has been. So this is a man who is not keen to make a new start. This is a man who's brought the excess baggage of many generations along with him.